Have you ever wondered why two men, both 65 years old, both living in the same city and with similar lifestyles, can be worlds apart? One wakes up in the morning full of energy and goes for a walk. He takes the initiative in household chores and outside, and you can still see that spark of strength and vitality in his eyes. But the other, at exactly the same age, feels like his body is an old machine that hasn't been oiled for years, shutting down piece by piece. Today, I'm going to reveal a secret that probably no other doctor has told you during your annual checkups. The answer I've found isn't on the shelves of the pharmacy. This secret lies in something so small that you could probably hold thousands of them in your hand right now. A secret that's probably gathering dust in your kitchen cabinet among the other groceries, and you walk past it every day without a second thought. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to 6 amazing seeds. 6 unsung heroes, each one like a key that unlocks one of the locks in your body's complex system. But wait, it's not just about introducing a few seeds. I'm going to teach you a daily routine on how to combine these seeds so that, like a turbo engine, you can boost blood flow to the farthest parts of your body, from your brain to your toes and beyond. Especially the 6th seed. The 6th seed contains something with such a unique and different mechanism of action that even doctors are amazed when they hear about it. So if you want to know how you can turn back your body's biological clock and regain that lost sense of power, stay with me until the very last second of this video. Because what I promise you is that after watching this video, you'll never look at your kitchen shelves the same way again. Right, without wasting any time, let's get to the first seed. Flaxseed. You might say everyone knows about flaxseed, but let me tell you something that's rarely mentioned even in medical school. Flaxseed is the richest plant source of omega-3 fatty acids on the entire planet. But the real magic of flaxseed isn't just about omega-3. Flaxseed contains compounds called lignans. You'll understand the power of these compounds when you realize that flaxseed has 75 to 800 times more lignans than any other plant on Earth. This isn't a minor difference, it's a huge leap in nutritional power. When you consume flaxseed, the beneficial bacteria in your gut convert these lignans into substances that are directly transported to the walls of your blood vessels, telling them to relax and open up. An outstanding clinical study published in the prestigious journal Hypertension showed that daily consumption of ground flaxseed lowers blood pressure to a degree comparable to the most powerful pharmaceutical drugs. A very crucial point that 90% of people get wrong. If you eat flaxseed whole, you're basically throwing your money away. The shell of flaxseed is so hard that the stomach can't digest it. Flaxseed must be ground, and that too right before consumption, or at most for use within 2 to 3 days. Ground flaxseed oxidizes quickly, so keep it in the refrigerator. But let's move on to the next seed, pumpkin seeds. A natural calcium blocker. This seed is a rich reservoir of magnesium. Why is magnesium vital for men over 50? Because magnesium acts like a natural calcium channel blocker. If you have high blood pressure, you may have heard of calcium channel blocker medications. When your magnesium levels are low, which is the case for most older men, calcium rushes into the muscle cells of the blood vessels and causes them to contract and stiffen. Magnesium steps in and acts like a guard, preventing excessive calcium from entering. And what's the result? The blood vessels relax and blood flows with less pressure but in greater volume. In addition, pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc. Zinc is essential for the function of the enzyme that protects your nitric oxide from being destroyed by free radicals. In other words, flax produces nitric oxide and pumpkin seeds protect it. This is a mutual cooperation. Now, I want to talk about something that you probably throw away with effort every time you eat watermelon. Watermelon seeds. These small black seeds contain an amino acid called L-Citrulline. Citrulline is converted into L-arginine in the body, and arginine is the main raw material and primary fuel for producing nitric oxide. Interestingly, research has shown that consuming citrulline, which is abundant in watermelon seeds, is much more effective than taking arginine supplements directly. Why? Because arginine is quickly broken down in the liver and digestive system, but citrulline passes through this area and goes directly to where it needs to go. In a study published in the journal Urology, it was found that men who had issues with certain male functions, namely erectile dysfunction, experienced significant improvement after consuming this substance. So from now on, dry watermelon seeds, roast them a little and use them as part of your secret weapon. Now, sesame seeds. Sesame contains a unique compound called sesamin. Most antioxidants sacrifice themselves to eliminate free radicals in the body. But sesamin is smarter. It teaches your body how to produce its own antioxidants. Sesamin strengthens your internal defense system. But here's another key point. Sesamin prevents the oxidation of cholesterol, specifically LDL. Cholesterol itself isn't bad, but when it gets oxidized, it sticks to the walls of your arteries like glue and causes blockages. Sesame also prevents this stickiness from happening. Using ground sesame paste, tahini, is one of the best ways to incorporate this seed into your diet. Our fifth hero is the sunflower seed. This seed is a vitamin E bomb. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that specifically protects the membranes of the cells that make up the inner lining of your blood vessels, known as endothelial cells. If this inner lining gets damaged, it doesn't matter how many nutrients you consume. The vessel won't be able to send the signal to dilate. Vitamin E acts like armor, protecting this sensitive layer. And interestingly, the previous seed, sesame, helps vitamin E stay in the body for a longer period of time. Do you see how these seeds work together like members of a professional soccer team, passing the ball to each other? And now we've reached the seed I promised to talk about. A seed whose mechanism is completely different from the others. Celery seed. Many men over the age of 50 do everything right. They exercise, they eat well, but still their blood pressure is high and they lack energy. Why? Because there is a hidden factor called chronic stress. When you're constantly under work, financial or mental pressure, stress hormones are constantly telling your blood vessels to constrict. This is where celery seed comes in. Celery seed contains a compound that specifically neutralizes the effects of stress hormones on the blood vessels. That means even if your mind is preoccupied, this seed won't let stress constrict and block your blood vessels. This is the very safety valve I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But now, let's get to the practical protocol on how to make this elixir. Up to this point, we've understood what these seeds do, but I haven't told you yet how to consume them. I have a simple formula that I call the golden vascular blend. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, which must be fresh and ground, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, which must definitely be raw, 1 teaspoon of roasted or powdered watermelon seeds, and 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds, or 1 tablespoon of tahini, 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds, and 1/4 teaspoon of powdered celery seeds. The best time is in the mornings. Why? Because your body is waking up and your cardiovascular system is getting ready for daily activity. You can add these to your yogurt, oatmeal, oats, or even your salad. And if you don't have time, just put them all in a smoothie and enjoy. But there is a golden rule. Don't expect a miracle overnight. Your body has reached this state over decades. So give it time, and I can't promise you'll feel young again after just 3 days. But I promise if you do this consistently for 30 days, you'll notice changes in your energy levels, mental focus, and even the warmth of your hands and feet that will amaze you. Alright, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Be sure to make use of them and share this video with others and your friends so maybe it can help solve one of their problems. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And make sure to watch the upcoming videos as well.